Morning, everyone. It's June 24th, day 86 of the Be Fantastic World Tour. I'm spending my third day in Seattle. Quite an amazing city. I love it because it's on the water. Went up in the Great Wheel. I just took some pictures of the Space Needle. I'm going to add to the end of this daily update some pictures that I took around the city, some videos. Going for a wine tasting today, and I'm going to be working with the Clean Water Foundation on a charity function that'll be coming up, and we're probably going to do it in a virtual reality format. Well, as I like to do, and I haven't done in a while, I like to read this day in history. And by the way, if it's your birthday today, happy birthday. You're sharing it with 21 million other humans on the planet. I don't know if you know that or not. So on this day, on June 24th, 1997, the U.S. Air Force released a 231-page report dismissing long-standing claims of an alien spacecraft in Roswell, New Mexico, which would have happened about 50 years earlier. And there was this alien spacecraft, as you know. So public interest in UFOs began to flourish in the 40s when developments in space and travel and the dawn of the atomic age caused many Americans to turn their attention to the skies. The town of Roswell, located near the Pecos River in southeastern New Mexico, became a magnet for UFO believers due to the strange events of early July 1947, when ranch foreman W.W. Brazil found a strange, shiny material scattered over some of his land. He turned the material over to the sheriff and passed it on to the authorities at the nearby Air Force Base. On July 8th, Air Force officials announced they had recovered a wreckage of a flying disc. A local newspaper put the story out on its front page, launching Roswell into the spotlight of the public's UFO fascination. Matter of fact, I'm going to go visit Roswell for sure on my journey. I gotta stop there. I am on a journey around the world to introduce the Be Fantastic movement, and if you're following it, thank you. Spread it. Let's make this world a more civil place. Well, the Air Force soon took back their story, saying the debris had been merely a downed weather balloon. Of course, you don't want to tell people in the 50s that there's aliens. People go nuts. I think 70% of people believe in aliens now. So that's pretty cool. So, the Air Force issued a 1,000-page report in 1994 stating that the crash object was actually a high-altitude weather balloon. 1,000 pages? Are you kidding me? It's ridiculous. What else? The Air Force released yet another report on the controversial subject titled The Roswell Report Case Closed. The document stated definitively that there was no Pentagon evidence that any kind of life form was found in the Roswell area in connection with the reported UFO sightings, and that the bodies recovered were not aliens but dummies. They were bodies, come on, everybody, get to it, At any rate, let's see what else happened in this day in history. I like reading reports like this. Usually it's bad news most of the time. I like to repeat the good news. Yeah, that's bad news. There's more bad news. Let's see. In 1675, King Philip's War begins. There's so many wars. It's ridiculous, people. A mail bomb in 93. That's no good. In 1812, Napoleon's Grand Armée invades Russia. No good news. Vietnam War. That's no good. U.S. presidents. Oh, there's the good news. In 53 on this date, Jacqueline Bouvier and Senator John F. Kennedy announced their engagement. On June 24, 53. He was a great president. I actually met his brother. In 1864, Colorado governor orders Native Americans to Sand Creek Reservation. No, again, bad news. Bad news. Okay, here's one. In 97, on this date, Disney pulls Insane Clown Posse album on release day. The Walt Disney Corporation orders one of its subsidiary record labels to recall 100,000 already shipped copies of an album by a recently signed artist, Insane Clown Posse, on the day of its planned release. I don't know what that's about. In 2005, Tom Cruise raises eyebrows in Today Show interview. The actor Tom Cruise had an infamous interview with Matt Lauer, host of NBC's morning talk show, and on June 24th, 2005, during the interview, Lauer challenged Cruise about critical comments the actor had made regarding the actress Brooke Shields' use of antidepressants. Well, that's real big news. At any rate, I always like to read a few little things that happened on this day in history. And in this day in history, Dr. Fantastic is in Seattle, trying to spread the Be Fantastic movement. I did some virtual reality videos this morning of the best Starbucks in the world. That's in the corporate headquarters lobby, or not lobby, but the main building. And it's quite a beautiful story. You should check it out. I also did a VR on the first Starbucks in what was released. It's on Pike's Place, and it was built in 1971. So that's some of the things that are happening around town. I'm glad to leave the town. I heard that they're going to have mandatory face masks like they do in California today, and it's a misdemeanor if you're not wearing a mask. I don't want to be any town that forces me to wear a mask in public. I got a report this morning. An OSHA-rated machine tests the oxygen level inside the mask and outside the mask, and it's hazardous to be breathing your CO2. So that's something to be aware of. And so now on Friday, this Friday, 2 days from now, they're going to have it mandatory in Washington. So I'll be leaving Washington, and I'm going to go to maybe New Mexico and see Roswell. How's that sound? Anyway, stay tuned for more adventures of my Be Fantastic tour. I'm going to go around the world as long as it makes me feel fantastic. And as long as I can introduce this movement to people and make them feel fantastic, I'm going to keep doing it. Join the movement at BeFantasticToday.com. That's BeFantasticToday.com. Spread the movement. Teach your children to be fantastic. Enjoy the time we have now with our family. This is a very positive thing. Bring families together. Lots of fantastic things you could do with your spare time. And just be fantastic, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't. Share if you haven't. And like. I guess the like thing happens. I've got a new follower. His name is Jordan, and he's a social media guy, and he's fantastic. He's one of our new ambassadors. We've got 339 ambassadors now. And all you do is send me an email, and you can be one of the ambassadors. We need 339 million, but a journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a single step. Join the movement. Be part of the change. Don't be part of the problem. Be part of the change. Be fantastic, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'm inside Starbucks, the corporate headquarters reserve, and these are digital ovens from Germany. The first ones in the country? First ones in the country? First ones in the country. Amazing. So I was told the city was at a 2.0 for the COVID disaster, and it's eerily quiet. I wanted to take a picture of this. I would love to have gone up in this, but I think they went back to 1.5. So that's a pretty tall structure. I would say it's 300 feet tall, maybe. I don't know. Space Needle, Seattle Center. And very few people on the street. It is, what is it, Wednesday, the 24th of June. A little cloudy, as it is, I guess, all the time in Washington. But I wanted to give you a shot of this fantastic spot as I travel around the world, introducing the Be Fantastic movement. That is a fantastic structure. Maybe next time, Seattle. Have a fantastic day. Looks like this big blue round building is a station for the tram that goes around the city. That's interesting. This is quite a structure. Those blue on one side, it's red on another, it's gold on another. My goodness, it is quite the structure. Seattle, you're very creative. Look at that. And there you go, right down the middle of the street there. There she goes. There's the tram. And I've caught up to the tram. Here's the first debarking, what's the word? Debarking station. Oh, it looks like it's the end of the station. Okay, so it looks like it's just bringing everybody from that beautiful building to this hotel here. There you go. Learn something new every day. There's an amazing looking building. Very nice architecture in Seattle. As I always say, when you see something beautiful, stop and take it in and enjoy it. That is quite a feat of architecture there. And sandwiched between two fantastic structures is the sanctuary. Beautiful building. Now there's a fire department. Looks like we have a COVID testing facility here. That's a good thing. Got Union Station, King Street Station. We've got a lot of homeless in this area. And I just drove by some police kicking them out of the underpass. And it's a problem in every city, the homeless, not just Seattle. And we've got some fantastic stadiums, CenturyLink Field and T-Mobile Station, I believe it is. And another COVID testing station. That's 2 today so far.